Gender is a fact. This is a fact. Every human being in this room, every human being on earth had to pass through the legs of a woman to be on earth. That is a fact.
Good Wednesday. Holy cow. What's up, guys? Jasper Gonzo here. Another What's Next. Woo! And the firestorm that is Dave Chappelle continues to rage because of all the upset people and the pearl clutchers and penny bunchers. They continue to come after one Mr. Dave Chappelle. But guess what? Dave Chappelle doesn't give two fucks. And here's why. Let's take a look. This comes out of Bounding in the Comics. Dave Chappelle says he's open to discussion his new Netflix special with the transgender community, but will not be bending to anybody's demands. Dave Chappelle has come under fire these past few weeks following the release of his brand new Netflix special, The Closer, after it was less than well received by the trans members of the Alphabet crew, many of whom have since accused the community of transphobia and even staged protests against his work. Yes, the 30 people who showed up, got some drinks, got some free snacks. There you go. However, Chappelle himself has now said that he is open to the idea of discussing his Netflix special with the trans community, though he's made it very clear he will not be, quote, bending to anybody's demands, end of quote. Quote, it's been said in the press that I was invited to speak at the trans employees of Netflix and I refused. Not true. If they had invited me, I would have accepted, although I am confused about what we would be speaking about. Chappelle said in a clip from a recent stand-up routine he uploaded on his Instagram account. He continued, I said what I said, and boy, I heard what you said. My God, how could I not? You said you wanted a safe working environment at Netflix. Well, it seems like I'm the only one that can't go to the office anymore. I wanted everyone in the audience to know that even though the media frames it as me versus the community, it's not what it is. Do not blame the Alphabet crew for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say. Chappelle continued from the thunderous cheering from the audience. Let's play the clip.
It's been said in the press that I was invited to speak to the transgender employees at Netflix, and I refused.
And I'm going to play this in its entirety.
If they had invited me, I would have accepted it, although I am confused about what we are speaking about. I said what I said, and boy, I heard what you said. My God, how could I not? You said you want a safe working environment at Netflix. Well, it seems like I'm the only one that can't go to the office anymore.
Very, very true. Facts.
I want everyone in this audience to know that even though the media frames this, that it's me versus that community, that is not what it is. Do not blame the LGBTQ community for any of this shit. This has nothing to do with them. It's about corporate interests and what I can say and what I cannot say.
He does make a point, but at the same time, the Alphabet crew is at fault.
And I need you to know this. Everyone I know from that community has been nothing but loving and supporting. So I don't know what all this nonsense is about. In summer 2020, when the whole world shut down, I was outside doing shows. My neighbor had a cornfield, and he let me throw shows there, and people came from all over the country. Some people came from around the world to see those shows. The best comedians on earth came to my home and broke bread with me, and we lived our lives. We found a way to keep moving forward. I made a whole documentary about it. The first night of those shows was a piece that some of you might have seen. It was called 846, and it dealt with the murder of George Floyd.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that
This
one
film
go.
that I made was invited to every film festival in the United States, and some of those invitations I accepted. And when this controversy came out about the closer, they began disinviting me from these film festivals. And now, today, not a film company, not a movie studio, not a film festival, nobody will touch this film. Thank God for Ted Sarandos at Netflix. He's the only one that didn't cancel me yet.
Key word, yet. But sadly, it's coming after his backpedaling.
To the transgender community, I am more than willing to give you an audience, but you will not summon me. I am not bending to anybody's demands. And if you want to meet with me, I'd be more than willing to, but I have some conditions. First of all, you cannot come if you have not watched my special from beginning to end.
Fair.
You must come to a place of my choosing and a time of my choosing. And thirdly, you must admit that Hannah Gatsby is not funny.
Facts. Facts.
I desperately want people to see this movie, but I understand why investors would be nervous. Since nobody will touch it, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will make it available for all of you in 10 American cities, going on sale in the next few days. You will be able to see this movie in its entirety, and you can see what they're trying to obstruct you from seeing. And you can judge for yourself, but you cannot have this conversation and exclude my voice from it. That is only fair. You have to answer the question, am I canceled or not?
No. No.
Then let's go. Thank you very much, and good night.
As we watched the entire clip, as I watched the entire clip, he made great points. One, that Hannah Gatsby is not funny, which is absolute fact. I've seen rocks that are funnier, trees, tables, coins. But regarding the rest of his clip, we need to understand that the trans community, the one disagreement that I had with him regarding that they are not at fault, and it's regarding corporate interest. True, it is regarding corporate interest because it's about the corporate shills and how much ass you can kiss. But the Alphabet crew does play a role in this and regarding their fault at this. When you have the supposed trans community come out in waves and waves of regarding Chappelle, regarding Dean Cain, regarding Steven Crowder, regarding Ben Shapiro, Tucker Carlson, you name the conservative, you name the libertarian, they come out in wave after wave after wave in regards to this you can say, this you cannot say. No. I agree with Chappelle. He's not going to bend. You're not going to tell me what I can and cannot say, and period. Like I said, this is America. I, myself, Jazz Broganzo, have a right to say what I have a right to say. I say what I say, period. End of story. Now, those who want to try to cancel me, those who want to try to cancel others on the interwebs because our opinions don't fit the narrative. You know, those boxes are not checked because we refuse to check those boxes. That's what it is. So at the end of the day, Dave's right. Now, whether the alphabet community is going to, comply with his requests is a different story, because they won't. They won't. They just won't. They don't give two Fs about Chappelle, except their one and only job is to cancel him. And Chappelle doesn't give two Fs, period. You're not going to cancel Chappelle. So right now, it seems that he is the lone voice, the big megaphone, and he will continue to chirp off as only Dave Chappelle can do. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gunzo. This is What's Next. I want to see more Just Next. Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a thing. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.